Haji Bokwaji, and Yami was a Sphinx. So that's the story of one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're empowering the papers, media, advocacy.
Galatoma Jarakana came place and when you can empowering the Oromo people through capacity building, media and advocacy. Kanjakura organization in the Horn of Africa Human Rights League, more local media such as Silver to Radio, and of Australia. Three community leaders. Some who were in Tibufuran last December, Matawala Media Foundation. Our mission is we are envisioning providing independent information and public education for the voiceless through media outlets that will enhance knowledge and appreciation about the true nature of the Oromo society and the other peoples of the Horn of Africa. Our mission is to provide high quality to ensure the Oromo voice is valued. Our values, Mandela Media Foundation values honesty, equality, and the civic discourse and the objective dissemination of information. Our organization culture is determined and reflected in the key drivers. Everyone has the right to freedom of expression, including the freedom of to seek, receive, and impart information and opinions of any kind in any form. Our organizational philosophy is our institutional wisdom is to reflect, connect, build confidence, model willingness to improve, manage our performance and resources well in the model, transparency, and accountability. About Madaulabu Media Foundation. Madaulabu Media Foundation is a non-profit organization incorporated in Washington, D.C., USA, and in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. It was founded in 2013 by a broad-based collective of human rights advocates, civic society leaders, journalists, and the community members who are committed to the principles of democracy, human rights, freedom, and justice. The relations with media outlets will enhance knowledge and appreciation about the true nature of the Oromo society, which is rich history, culture, marginalization, and aspirations in the 21st century. The Madaulabu Media Foundation provides an independent voice for the Oromo people and the other voiceless populations of the Horn of Africa, including the diaspora community from the region. The Oromo Voice Radio was launched on January 1st, 2014. The Oromo Voice Radio is an independent bilingual media outlet broadcasting to the Horn of Africa. It is owned and operated by the Madaulabu Media Foundation. It is accountable to the Oromo people for providing relevant and diverse broadcasting services of excellent quality. As well as governed by legislation. The ODR is guided by a range of internal policies, codes, and the social responsibility principles. The Oromo-centric electronic media, Oromo Voice Radio, engaged all Oromo to participate in the radio programs so that they become more interesting and effective because of the feeling of the ownership. Important information and practices related to Oromo issues can be provided using the Oromo Voice Radio. Oromo Voice Radio news and the programs are designed to address issues that impact on the life of the Oromo people. Weekly, it broadcasts 6 programs. The program content is to Oromia on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Mondays at 7 p.m. local time at 16 megabyte or 17,850 kilohertz. We have programs. Kunde is a featured documentary program that broadcasts contents of ecology, economy, environment, and the natural resources weekly every Monday. Its goal is to create awareness and to promote indigenous knowledge and the practices. The other program is Faya Hawasa. The health-focused program is designed to provide information on health and well-being from doctors, authors, researchers, and patients. This goal is to serve as the role of being a source of correct information for correct health behaviors. The other program is Tikbana. This is the current affairs program that broadcasts every Wednesday on current issues and impact. The goal is to provide an objective and timely information. The other program is Malagrena. It is a featured program that broadcasts every Wednesday to promote science, technology, skills, and civilization. The goal of the program is to empower the Oromo with best practices. The other program is Kayo. This featured program broadcasts the content of politics, culture, language, history, and the human rights every Saturday. Its goal is to empower new generation with indigenous knowledge, culture, and the practices. Another program is Wari Mari, Wari Mari. It is a discussion program that broadcasts every Saturday, focusing on general important issues. Its purpose is to promote democracy, tolerance, and freedom of diverse opinion that enable citizens to make responsible, informed choices. What makes us OVR unique? Oromo Voice Radio broadcasts directly to Oromia, and that can also be listened in all Africa and the Middle East. With special listening devices, it can be listened anywhere around the world. The future plan is to increase airtime from 3 days to 7 days a week, increase airtime from 30 to 60 minutes, be bilingual, graduate from volunteer to paid employees, to continuously improve content. From us, we are committed to abiding by the principles set out in our editorial policy and the procedure, values and the code of conduct to ensure that our news and the program contents are of a consistently high standard and there are a variety of ways to get involved in Metaola Media Foundation. For instance, you can join one of our 4 programs. That's membership. This is an opportunity not to be missed. Let us be serious and commit just $100 per year or A30. We are more volunteers in the following areas: in journalism, fundraising, professional contribution in oral culture and history. We can be reached at OBR@oromia.org, and here are the telephone numbers. The other point that I this media program, because the region power is trying to keep our people in the dark by isolating and persecuting them. Lecturers are forced to, or the panelists discuss 2 days. The solution is to build our capacity, to connect with our people, to educate them. The cycle of conspiracy, the Western elites that were have connections with the Ethiopian regime, because the Ethiopian regime is a client state. That we see a conspiracy of silence from the West, saying you think with what you know. As many panelists discuss, you have health professionals, they will discuss about health. Therefore, we have capable journalists who can interview and communicate to the people. We have historians who have challenged the status quo. Therefore, we have a resource pool, a knowledge pool, and that has to be delivered to the people back home. The other is human rights and advocacy. I think we are lagging behind on that area. There are lots of opportunity. I would like to acknowledge Andrea Veron. She is a Jewish human rights activist, and she's at the helping hands of the Torture Abolition and the Survivors Support Coalition. She brought me good news today. The Catholic Service has published on their media about our panel discussion that was held on June 25 with the United Nations, the International Crisis Group, and Amnesty International. And I was one of the panelists. She brought me a good news. We had also a hearing at the U.S. Congress on June 26, especially Congressman Chris Smith. He gave us about an hour. That was a good opportunity. He's the, I think he's the committee chair of African Affairs. Therefore, we need to work on the human rights advocacy. We don't have a branch here in the United States. We don't have here a human rights organization. There is an opportunity. We have to create a human rights organization. We need to work much on this. I just want to quote our people. We are trying to break the conspiracy of silence. I somehow disagree with the author of Burqa Zimita. We are not silent, but we have never kept silent, but our voice has never been heard. We are fighting. I know Dr. Mosa was not silent when at college. My families were not silent. They were fighting against injustice, but we were not hearing what was going on in Bali. We were not hearing what was going in Harare. the people in Hararghe were isolated from the people in the West due to the conquest of our land. Therefore, it is time to reconnect with each other on a larger scale. And the only viable means is to use this knowledge pool and to communicate and educate our people. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Next is the
In a couple of hours of the president, and if I waited that long to make my presentation, I'm going to take as much time as I want, but still with the time of the president, so I have to abide by his regulations. I'll try to keep my my presentation as brief as possible. I'll be presenting my speech in English. Hopefully, my wife will also translate for me in English. Bapak Romo will translate for Bapak Romo. The presentation is titled "The Revival and Resurgence of Oromo Nationalism." For the last year or so, how we interpret this phenomenon, this enthusiasm that we have observed and continue to observe, including the huge attendance of Osa these past 2 years. What's happening? How should we understand? What are the factors that can be, that can help us explain the situation? My taking point will be, I will briefly comment on the course of Oromo movement since its inception. The Muhammad placed in 1960s. 1960 as the day of the birth of Oromo nationalism. So, what kind of course or trajectory did this movement take in that? What caused the decline, really the paralysis of Oromo nationalism and the Oromo movement since the 1990s and 2000s? Then what factor contributed to sudden resurgence, revival, outpouring? Make a big remark on where this current resurgence might be going. When we look at the trajectory of the movement, if we say 1960s was the birth, we observe a continuous rise, a continuous evolution to local the movement, and some key landmark times are 1960 first, 1974 we saw the government and the Oromo nationalists started to free. We observed the formation of the operation form, number of Oromo boys are here. Then 1991 boom, the big bang came in 1991 where Oromo for first time came out of the open. Many of the aspirations and dreams and objectives of nationalism, the national as making the nation's territories congruent. A lot of these objectives were achieved. The Oromia becoming the real state, the language issues and the identity coming out. That 1991-92 phenomenon that I missed because I wasn't old enough to appreciate, all those events were there. Then we observed a sudden, a sad, continuous decline after 1992. The decline continues sadly, hitting the rock bottom in 2008 is complete breakdown of the organizations, complete collapse of morale, and then over time, starting to late 2012 and 2015, we observed a sharp rise again. What was the steep decline in the 1990s? Change in, I've written on this and spoken about this. I have papers I can forward to you, but a couple of things. The change in the nature of the review, the significant change in our previous adversaries in the current review, and our inability and unpreparedness to adjust those changes. The command of the army, the location of the command center, very important because you can't fight war if you are not in the operation of the other. The dependence on diaspora and us and some parties making vulnerable to external pressures, the mismanagement of factions, and consequently what observers, the organizational paralysis, infighting, pessimism, and eventually collapse of collective self-esteem. Then, if all these crises happen, why do things start to get better? I want to make an interesting, or I make an interesting observation here. The very decline, the very crisis that that was created over the course of some 20 years is really a significant contributor. I'll elaborate further. Another factor that contributes to this rise is the cultivation of historical memory. Then the external attacks, the campaigns waged by various groups success, infighting, factionalism, frustration, observe communities that were once the battleground for factions started to push out the factional influence. We got certain civic society, a number of civic societies observe ideological defection from significant portion of the society. So what this created is it created a surrender. So that also the I speak as a participant in this event. I'm attending almost all of them except one that I guess. What this event, that may be as a liberal plus 50 years celebration, if you there, that a lot of people who we saw attack say wrong. Was that so when the team are those, new energy for campaigns. Almost would just react. And what was really positive about this year was the assertive measures almost took. Publication by Totu, by Jalu, and by four of the singers that connected the home. Those who attacked us were from protest movement. Well, this all campaigns are different in nature because they were nine. Everybody was participating. They gave common purpose to the public. They kept communities engaged. One of the problems we were facing in Rome was people were so busy. People were so busy fighting each other. They had so much time in their hands. Not busy. People had so much time in their hands because there's nothing positive to do. People spend recycling all policies, all grudges against each other. What happened last year is every day on the news, on the communities, there is something new to talk about. There's something new to do. There is something new to look forward. This created an interesting energy among Oromos. And the other important output of the campaigns is collective victory, particularly the victories of the Bedele, and created a sense of achievement. It restored our collective capacity. National projects. Last year we didn't just campaign, we did a lot of national projects. Again, after publication, the Oromia Media Network, and pay attention at the podium. In 1991, 1992, Alam Korea went to Hanoi, commemorated it, and they put the stone, the stone for construction of memorial. After long suppression, another official presided over the completion of this project. Nobody in Oromia actually, thought this project could be completed. And I'm done. This was very important. It created a sense of accomplishment. It was very important event. So future trajectory. When we look at the future trajectory of the movement, all these people can talk into with homage. It is not consolidated. It might disappear. It can go both ways. So what we need to do is we need to keep the enthusiasm. How do we do this? We need to sustain completed projects, as I mentioned earlier. We need to start a new one. We need to build more civic society organizations, strengthen their great organizations, professional organizations. Also, finally, we have to minimize the illusion of competition. Really, there are no doubt that debate and discussions. We need to work hard to make sure this crippling, weakening ideological debate that don't exist. There's one problem among Oromo elites. Many of us have become so hypothetical. We confuse intellectual fantasy focus about operational matters. If there are differences, let's keep those differences to some level. And finally, let us sustain the ongoing smooth transition, generational transition of leadership. A lot of people are saying, oh, the old guard is dominating. No. The Oromos are undertaking one of the most fascinating generational transition. Mallas was talking about Makababa. He was talking, we are doing it. In number of organizations, Osa is leading, by example. From the last 5 years, quietly the Osa senior scholars have been transferring leadership to the younger scholars, to the younger people. Today we have ECA elections. All those who are elected are young people, under 40. And also in the board, we have that kind of election. We are observing, this is something I really feel proud about the elders, about the youth. We are observing the elders now feeling confident about the emerging young people. We are also seeing the young people stepping up to the plate. And so we have to continue. And final point, Oromo nationalism. Oromo nationalism is the main source, if not the only fuel for ourselves. We have to sustain the current resurgence. We must nurture it. I work against hypothetical diversion that try to deflate and try to weaken Oromo nationalism. No doubt that as all nationals, Oromo nationals could have their own problem. We need to use it wisely, but touching the narrative, the foundations of Oromo nationalism, the three cornerstones, that we are a nation of Oromo, that we have a homeland, Oromia, and that we have common past, common history of future. If we tie these three, we are going to be in trouble. If we maintain on that, we have a brighter future. I'm very, very confident about.
Okay. Thank you very much for your reading. I thank all the panelists. They just finished on time. I didn't need to worry about anyone going over time. So we kept our time. Now this is your turn. I believe. Okay, Dr. Ibrahim. I think we have about 10 minutes, probably even more. So we'll accept questions. Okay. Okay, I'm from 10 minutes. I can't do anything about that. Okay, who's it? Yeah. Action again. Okay, this is the other. I recognize.
Fakkeenya tokko itti kennu aeroplaanii yoo kaayota amalee finfinnee gahuu danda'u jedheeti waan diinii fi amalotii kiristaanaatii fi diinii islaamaa fide akka waan sunniini yeroo dhabuu kenna gadaarraa socho'uu kenna bilisummaa kenna nurraa fideessetti waan nuti fakkaatee fi qajeelchuu barbaadeetti yoo kana akka qajeelchuu yoo kan godhamu maaliif kan akka hiboos waliin ka'u Nurdina International Lutheran Federation President Ketuhanan Oromummaa isaanii Oromummaa nama barsiisa isaanii yaa keessattuu baik saya Islam. Aku masa malah kawenda. Kawalin di ane wana bila kuna metu ambil Islam ambil Kristen. Ujungnya berarti matematika sama ini buat. Untuk ramu jadi Islam bahasa Indonesia semua di sini Islam. Di sana Romo Malay Quran majlis dan ini boleh buat. Kuliah mana? Nak kana pun yo. Cuma nama dia bersisa. Anak tu boleh nak satu boleh nak.
Quiero saber qué te dije por división. Ya que se tiene la gama tanda.
Sagalee biyya qabatu nagaalama obbo Olaanaa Zoobaati gaaffii kan haala jallisanii waan inni nama agarsiisu waldaan Maccaa Lamaa ayyaana isaa biyya keessatti kabajachuu irratti asirratti waan isa dhoobu yeroo asitti kabajamuu isaatti akka jibba qaban kan agarsiisanii odoo danda'ame asitti illee achitti illee yoo kabajame rakkoon qabu ture maaliif wal goomanna garuu odoo immoo hin danda'ama jechuun ani federaatti waldaa Maccaa Lamaatti wanta kanaa yoo dhiiseedhaan seenaan illee nagaafata Oromoon nagaafata hin danda'amna Warakaan mootummaan Itoophiyaa hundi xiqqaa nuraalee isin jira yoo kutubutti naabutan Oromoo sandarii isinii kaa dhaqaa fudhaati ilaala. Maal jedha nama maqaa waldaa Maccaa Lamaatti wal ga'e humni xiqqaa isin biyya haadhaatii qabee akka qabu koppii kanaatiin በዚህ የደብዳቤ ኮፒ ትእዛዝ ተላልፏል። ኮሚሽንና የሌሊነት ኃይሎች Babacana Tulamasin, we did a man young it was moving on 2011 moving Kuja, Hindanda Amayetu, Namani Bugaru, Mamma or Kujira, Akatisanga, Sarda, what I need to want and prove it.
Gari, ang dati ko pa pinagali ko sila. Ang Australia ran pinag tingada na. Ang to be sana gari iya tena dalawang na kamu kan bisa dikatakan sana Osa. One that could put level platform jual. Utuan berpatiwa terkumpul bagi kau bapa penjara. Orang Kenya tu nak terbuka ijol tu. Manja tiada kau, jara tu dua ekor, dua ekor itu kena jadi sekarang. Gafas ini, Islam sendiri gafas sendiri. Orang rumah dua katakan Allah tu bukan dua tak. Allah tu kunfirm sana rahatnya curah tak. Foon barbaacha dhaqa allaattiin allaattiin waan isaan foon sana geessu dhabaniif kan nyaatu dhaqa. Duulli immoo waan gafarsa dhabee fi ammas kan nyaatu dhaqa. Beelaa waaqa duullis ni beela'e allaattiin illee ni beela'u. Kanadha maal jedhani warri duunaa erga bineensuma hundumaa kana dhabne allaattiin maqaa Allaattiin immoo egaa bineensi dhumuu dhibe isaan keessaa namni tokko duunaan nyaachuuf deemaa jette jira. Kanadhaa tokko nana tuttu allaattiin duula qajeellaa duulli immoo allaattiin qajeeltee naan jette. Maal jechuu barbaadani mooddana kana toonye akka namni tokko waa tokko nuufituutti nama biraa qajeelu. Orang dia jadi musuh kalimu akan wafinu tu kajian. Itu tu kajian itu cah. So one doesn't attend support to my core. Your group also should not be a religious organization. Mada cuba bade. Wagulawat orang dia grand planning itu discussing beri. Roadmap of social negara ko daga plan to discussing body chandu majenne individual family of research materials of negaluko e data ko ngora tabe we need to change how to think. And you speak your heart to the point this is my point. Who failed? Whatever Kenya kufemo. Bekutota Kenya kufemo. Is a doctor that came to Kubo. It was not about getting Kubo. Who failed? Islamic education, who failed in this study? Thank you.
And that's the last question.
No comment. Very short. One year, Dr. German, Dr. German differently. Bangkok AC radite, Bodamo Butakaret. Second question, Jawad. Don't you think the delay of a measurable success in our struggle, combined with the basic needs of our people, are forcing us to legitimize the TPLF?
Kun inni hojjetu kun jira.
Sorry, obboleessi koo walakkaa sana waa'ee amantee wanti nani jechuu barbaade medeetu gogortaniitu nan hubanne jechuun barbaada. Wanti nan jedhe yoo xiyyaarri tokko as Ameerikaa irraa ka'ee gara Finfinneetti deemu maayilii tokko keessatti inchii tokko yoo irraa gore maayilii 2000 keessatti Finfinnee ga'uu hin danda'u maaliif debate he never reached Finfinnee. I rather a jugo, and I'm more amanteen gorsi isa jugo miti. Namni wal majara to you utuba. One thing orumma affect wale wabai. Political major. Ini kanama demokrasi wayaja, ini kan lulu wayaja. Warre demokrasi wayaja sunille wo wallore. Wan fe enu haka unamni yo wallore. Wali galu yo dadale yani sa tokko ta'uu holiday. Tokkummaa hin qabu jecha. Kanaaf tokkummaa jechuun yaada tokko jechuudha. Yaada wal fakkaatu jechuudha malee amantee kana maa amantee jechuun miti. Kan biraa qees guddinaan tunsaa amantee kiristaanaa amanuu danda'u garuu kiristaana hunda qeesii isaa dhaqee seenaratu iyyuu Oromoo lagatti sirbisiisa jedhu sana wajji wal fakkaachuu dhiisuu danda'u. Qeesiin Oromoo jira kan Ortodoksii jala goree Oromummaa kana amma iyyuu kan abaaru jira. Kanaafuu nam tokko fudhatanii fakkii akka hundatti kiristaana hunduu gadaa jaalata jechuun danda'amu. Mukatti sagaddu, dhadhaanii guddu, lagatti guutanii seexana sagaddu kan jedhu guutee jira. Kanaafuu wal bira qabnee haa ilaallu wanna hundumaa. Wanni jechuu barbaadu faaktarii baay'ee jira kan nama adda bilittisu. Kanaaf waan tokko irraa yoo magne maquun sun eessaan nu gahaa bara dheeraa keessa jechuudha malee amanteen tokkittiin kan fide jechuu koomti. Inni galteen.
Gaaffiin ani gaafatame dhugaa dubbachuudhaaf deebii kennuudhaaf gara awraajjaatti jijjiira. Higgi iyyuu baasan dhugaa dubbachuudhaaf waa'ee meecaaf turamaa kan ka'e higgi maabaraa bahee higgiin suni gara awraajjaatti deebi'aa jedhanii rakkina guddaa keessa buusanii edda dhaabbatanii booda obbo Baqqalaan nadhii kanarratti kaasuun barbaada. Humna obbo Baqqalaatiin edda waggaa tokko waggaa lama dhaqanii amaani booda akka instituu akka birootti banatanii maal jedhanii kan deebi'ee wanni jedhe dhugaa dubbachuudhaaf in arge. Tummaarraa akka meecaaf tulamaatti hojjechuudhaaf akkaataan isaan walii galanii waliin hojjechaa turantu inna wayyaaneen immoo dhufee wanniin political wanniin innaa jijjiiramu immoo bahanii hojjechuu calqabu. Ani kanin jechuu barbaadeef ammas amantiin koo guddaan waan akka meecaaf tulamaa kan uummata Oromoo keessa seenee qabsoo fi Oromummaa fi wanni isaa irratti kan ittiin wal mari'atee hojjetu instituushinii akkasii amantii akka amantiitti kan guddatee uummata walitti fide inni suni dhaabbateera waan kana mangistiin dhoowwee kana dhaabbateera jechuu hin dandeenyu. Of ajjeefne kadhaan deemnu of ajjeefne akkasitti nu miidhaa jennee namas amansiisuu hin dandeenyu. Kana qabu gandan jenna kanatu
Galatoomada. The Gaffini who failed Joe, I think the correct answer would be all of us and none of us. Let me explain. A lot of times, our adversaries, they tell us that you have been doing this for the last 40 years, you haven't shown anything. It's BS. They have been there for 3,000 years. In 40 years, we have changed the whole region. When Macha Tulama started, the status of the Oromo people back then, and the status of Oromo people in this hall, that is a video. So huge success. We have really made. This is a national struggle. This is a marathon on marathon. It's not something you finish in sprint. the challenges we face, the geopolitical situations we face, the internal dynamics we face, you know, I were able to find only 1,200 Oromos with a degree. Today we have a lot more. We have accomplished with the little we are. That is important. In terms of failure, there is I want to mention one important thing I observed in the intelligence. The underestimation of the enemy, over-exaggeration of the Oromo people. Oromoon yeroo du'an jettu nu baru dooltaanii kaanee dooltaannee gadi atuufna. Yaa garuu dura waltaanee itti dhaquu barbaachisaa miti. Nama achiin nu dhaquu barbaachisaa miti. Institution karaa ittiin ta'e nu barbaachisaa miti. So collective action by nature. Since politics is really not a private business, but collective action. Collective action is always harder for larger groups than for smaller groups. I would be much more successful if I was Gurage, if I was the leader of Gurage or another group than Oromo. So underestimating that is a factor. Just to ask House question. Over the last 20 years have created a number of dynamics among Oromo. Hopelessness, giving up, and this argument that let's do stuff from within is there. Look, let's not confuse humanitarian concept with resistance politics. Going back and building a school in Muga, I support if my friends want to go do it and I'll finance it. But if, as somebody who is interested in humanitarian situation, I tell the people of Muga that I'm going to solve their problem through building schools under the current government. Because what we face as Oromo people, why is there no problem of schooling there? The Warada produces something that can feed the whole of Western Hararghe and the Eastern Arts. Why are there no problem? The power dynamics in the country that has been for a long time has to be dismantled, reconfigured, transformed. Therefore, those of us who want to do humanitarian work, it is absolutely important if we should work on it. We should not dismantle people for humanitarian work. But let's not engage in deceiving us if just because that regime allows us to do a little thing here there that we can do stuff. There is a limit. There is a ceiling. That ceiling for a I have said, I'm wrapping up, who used to say, we can do stuff from within. If you survey them today, the vast majority of them have given up. The only solution to Oromo people is the overthrow of the anything short of than work. On Osa, I can comment on Osa as president. It's very important on him. Organization. There is a misconception. Osa is an academic institution where scholars and experts come and present their findings. It is not a think tank. It is not a political forum. We need a forum where policies are discussed. Yes. So what do? Osa is where knowledge is produced. We need a think tank where that knowledge is packaged and presented to practitioners so that they can use it. Warri qoricha maddisiisu nama wal'aan warri qoricha tolcheeti warra mana hakimaati kan warra doktoroota kan warra hospitaala kan. Osa is a pharmacy. We need a hospital. We need a think tank. We need to focus on that, and that's what I intend to do during my presidency. Thank you very much. Professor Aspa was complaining, but I'm done now. Thank you very much.
Yookaan pireezidanttii akka goone biroon sirra jira yookaan immoo nuti pireezidanttii sirra jira.
كنني ما عندنا يوم كلام بدي كنا
like and gapi is why was that thing is one day to our why male ke andikara kundra dosa ta kumpas de ko but me what is just this is my lama saya hasil gafa ta sana kubarat is interesting amma itoni nani ju nanu ammo kesa is extremely complex ita wani bage rumah bango kesira oromo kesiti garu achirratti adani kesa wali kalnu influence guddaa asi oto kristinaan kain dura ammachi famnan okay ammachi famnan dura abang ko eso orthodoxy ato mane gada sai se alata adbari gabbarata ayyara basari gabbara one minute it was not dominance sumara ulle male dominance na kala injuro har man se tumar baran man bra please change your policy
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Yeah, I thank all the panelists and our candidates. Now I thank you.
Now, here comes the last and the most important panel of apa warasjib kemar waan kan obaantel yogaafne warra kan tuka oromo dhaabbilee siyaasaa egaa faalle warri waan siyaasaa dubbatan waan hedduu dubbatanii warri siyaasaa kun ammoo akkuma reefu sila jedhamu siyaasan ka oromoo kun waan inni keessa darbe hin beeknaa dhaabbata kan oromoo walaba ta'an biyyaa waldaan warra oromoo mutaarii jedhee gaafa garuu gaafa jiru hanqina birullee namni baratafataa keessa jiru dhumarratti dhalataa irraa duree hin mari'achiifna jennee waan mari'achiifnuuf akka isaan waltajjii kana waltajjiin kun waltajjii namni waan qoratu waan beeku wal beeksisu waan ta'eef dhaabbata ka oromoo dhaabbata jechuun afur asitti afeerraa dhaabbati kun dhaabbata bilisummaa oromoo Berlin keessatti Juun 27 tokkooman dhaabbata bilisummaa oromoo shanii gurguddoo qaama dhuunfaa ta'anii jiru. Dr. Professor Bakar Bulchaa dhaabbata kan bakka bu'anii kana irratti yaada isaanii ibsu akkasumas Dr. Bayan Asoba dhaabbata adaa'oo adda dimokiraataa oromoo bakka bu'anii isaanis kana irratti hirmaatu. Dr. Mararaa Guddinaa akkasumas dhaabbata ka oromoo Federalist Congress dhaabbata biyya keessatti karaa hayyame karaa seerqabeessa ta'ee dhaabbata socho'aa jiru keessaa tokko akkasumas dhaabbata Medirek oromoo kamaa galchuutti hogganan keessaa Dr. Nuuruu Laddafaa isaan hundumaa asitti ba'anii akka isaan asitti tajaajila ba'an hawaasa akkaataa isaan itti mari'achuuf deemanillee baay'eedha. Kabajamtoota beekumsa dhuunfaa waan warra dhaabbata siyaasaa kan oromoo keessa jiran wantaan keenya dhaabbati kamiyyuu ilaalcha waliin sirrii kan sirrii miti hin jennu. Garuu tokko waan jechuu barbaadu jira. Warra waan oromoo dhamaa jechuun faan deemtanii bu'aa tokko jettanii
jechuun harkanii biyya waan kan guddamtan otoo karaan isaan guddamtanillee namni gaarii kakaraatti sirri kakaraatti sirri jedhee waldhabiinsi illee yoo jiraatanillee otoo namatti bobbaatanillee nama garuu waan oromootiif